Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for this new moon in Cancer, July 14th, 2026, psychic crystal reading for each of the four elements, earth, water, fire, and air. The earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. The water signs are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. You may want to watch the entire video because this new moon in Cancer is not just going to affect your sun sign only. So if you know the elements that correspond to your sun, moon, and rising sign, you may want to watch the entire video. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, you may want to check out that element that goes along with your cusp sign as well. Because remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from there. So you might want to check that out. So please bear with me. If you hear noise in the background, this happens every time I go to record something. Somebody is hammering, sawing, nailing, or something. Right now, as soon as I sit down to record, my neighbor across the street is having all of their windows power washed. So if you hear any background noise, hopefully my son Daniel can quiet that down. So all that being said, now on to your psychic crystal reading for this new moon in Cancer, July 14th, 2026. And I'm starting with the element of Earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. This new moon in Cancer may make some of the Earth signs feel jumpy, like edgy, jumpy. It's going to remove some kind of veil in front of your eyes, and you are going to see people how they truly, truly are. So if there's been anybody in your life that maybe you hadn't seen clearly, you will see them clearly now. And remember, the effects of this new moon can last for 2 weeks. The strongest, especially the day of, the day before, the day of, and the day after, and 2 weeks following. But even up to 30 days, these effects can last. Some of you earth signs, this new moon could drive up the feeling in you that you want more continuity, more steady, evenness, continuity, stability. You could experience somebody doing some kind of violation against you, your property, or some law violation, driving, or it could be at work, or you could do some kind of violation of law. For some of you earth signs, this could mark a time over the next 30 days where a new relationship starts. I feel that my guides mean romantic relationship, but it could be some other type of relationship. It could be a friendship, a business relationship, but I really feel it's more like romantic. If you are in the process of buying and selling things, you're going to do really well. So if you're buying things and selling things, whether it's like online or, however you would go about doing it, you'll have some success over the next 30 days. Some of you are going to attend some big event. There could be a parade. There could be some kind of gathering. But I get like attending some kind of big event, and it doesn't have to be a parade where people are walking down the street. like for a holiday, although it could be, especially if you're in France and if you celebrate Bastille Day, that is the 14th of July. So you may be seeing a parade down your street. Um, but it could also be a parade at an event where like a costume parade or a little darlings parade. I don't know what, but going to an event and possibly witnessing a parade comes up here for some of you. So here are the three cautions for the earth signs. This could be a moon, a new moon, where people that you deal with are getting under your skin. And this could be people like family, friends, but it could be coworkers, maybe even people you don't know. Like you go to the store and people at the store get under your skin. Some of you earth signs need to be careful. I'm hearing the word, I hate this word. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. I hear seepage. So it could be like in your basement. It could be under a sink. There could be water seepage. There could be water seepage going into your foundation, under a sink. But if you have had any surgery, this is really gross, I'm sorry, and you have a bandage or bandages or, an incision, there could be seepage of any kind could come up here. You really, earth signs, need to be careful about your wording. Funny to hear that right after I was like creeped out about that word. But I'm hearing that the earth signs need to be careful about their wording. If you're making any like presentations, speeches, even anything that you're doing in writing, if you're teaching, lecturing, anything to do with the way you word things. And you really need to be careful you're not too blunt and too, like, you have to have compassion with your wording. Don't, because you could really offend somebody or hurt somebody's feelings. So keep that in mind. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This could make some of you water sign people feel like you're walking, my guides are calling it a field of dreams. I know that was the name of a movie. But like, I get like, things could kind of seem like unreal or like, is this world real? Are we in a matrix or a simulation, or is this a dream? Like it could really drive up some like fantastical fantasy like atmosphere for the water signs. You got to be careful because you could trip up and spill the beans. Somebody could give you like information or tell a secret, or you have some sensitive knowledge or information and you're not supposed to share it, and you could trip up and share it. Maybe you are going to spoil somebody's surprise party, or somebody's getting engaged, or somebody is going to do a gender reveal party and you trip up and because what the gender of the child is going to be, or there's going to be a surprise party and you let it slip. Like, you got to be really careful because I feel like you're going to let something slip. It could be any kind of secret. Some of you water signs are going to want to party. This new moon could make you feel like you want to go out with your friends, go out dancing. If you drink, it might cause you to want to drink. But I get like partying, looking for a good time, having fun, socializing. I feel like some of you, I'm hearing take away important and valuable information. That's how my guide said it. So to me, it feels like you either go to a class, a lecture, you watch a video, you have some interesting conversation with somebody, or you read something, and you take away like whatever whatever it is where you're getting this intel and information, whatever it is, you take away like important information. That's how it comes up here. Some of you could be starstruck and you meet someone famous or somebody you're really like impressed by. You could be starstruck about, it doesn't have to be a celebrity, a politician, someone famous, but it could be. But it could be just somebody that you are enamored with and you could get starstruck by them over the course of the next 2 weeks and even up to 30 days. Some of you water sign people are going to do something. It could be creating something, but you're going to do something or create something that makes a big impact on people, where it impresses people, it's meaningful to people. This could be to people you know or to the public, maybe even people you don't know. This would be a good time for you water signs to go on fact-finding missions and find links between history and things that are happening now. Or it could be like family lineage, like going back and doing genealogy. Maybe if you're adopted, you could be trying to find your birth parents, or something to do with like fact-finding mission, things to do with history, things to do with family lineage, will be successful for you if you do that over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. So now here are the 3 cautions for the water signs. You got to be careful, water signs. You don't bite your nose in, stick your nose in somebody's business, because they're not going to be happy about it. Especially if you stick your nose in their business and then you try to tell them like you're the expert or you know what they should do. They're not going to like it if you do that. Water signs, you got to be really careful. You don't rip up, shred, or rip up important documents, bills, or paperwork that you would need in the future. So you got to be real careful about what you're ripping up and shredding up and throwing out in regard to papers, documents, bills. You got to be careful, water signs. You could have a violent reaction to something. Now, the way my guides, they're showing me that could be 2 different ways. It could be a violent reaction to something that goes on and you want to be physically violent about it. Or you could have a violent reaction to something like you eat something and it makes you spew. What is this, the disgusting reading? I mean, this is the second time I have felt like that in this reading. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing now. But I get that like violent reaction to something. I mean, you could have a violent reaction like a rash. You could have a violent reaction emotionally crying. But you could have a violent reaction where you want to strike somebody. You know, it could be like that. So be cautious of that. It's coming up as a caution or a warning, so I got to give it to you here, water signs. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. Now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But before I go on to the fire signs, I just want to let you know about some of the new video series I've recently recorded you may be interested in getting. My mid-year love and romance psychic tarot update for 2026 for singles and couples are available. And the first half of the reading, I'm looking at the single people of your sign. The second half of the reading, I'm looking at the coupled people of your sign. But I recommend you watch the entire video because there could be crossovers of some messages that may apply on either side. Also, my mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2026 for each sign of the zodiac. They are also available. In these videos, you may want to get not just your sun sign. You may want to get your rising sign and your sun sign, or you may want to get your rising sign and your moon sign, or whatever normally resonates with you on my YouTube and Rumble readings. Now, based on these psychic crystal readings, people really seem to like the cautions and warnings. So that inspired me to create a video series called Course Correction Psychic Tarot and Oracle Card Readings for 2026. The first part of the reading, the reading is tarot cards and oracle cards. So the tarot cards are going to tell you what the cautions and the warnings are, and the oracle cards are going to give you advice and solutions. Also, my psychic crystal readings for this month of July 2026 are available for each sign of the zodiac. They are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings that I do at the beginning of the month. So if you want to hear what else my spirit guides had to say for you for July, you may want to check out those psychic crystal readings. As I've said before, Vimeo Ondemand Vimeo is ending their on-demand platform. They still have another platform. It's a subscription based. It's not, and I'm not doing it because it's going to cost more money and I would have to increase the prices on the videos, and I don't want to do that. So I now am using a new platform called Gumroad, like chewing gum, Gumroad. So you can get my videos on Gumroad. You can get them on Patreon, on the Patreon shop. It's free to join Patreon to be able to get the videos on Patreon shop. You do not have to be a Tier 1 member, but you can, if you wish. You can read about what I offer on Tier 1, but you can be a free member and purchase the videos there. And Vimeo is still having the videos available for purchase until September 21st. They changed their dates. Originally, it was much sooner, but you can still purchase my videos on Vimeo until September 21st, and they are ending the on-demand platform on November 20th of 2026. And thanks for your purchases of these videos. It's what keeps this channel going. So now on to the element of fire. This will be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This new moon in Cancer could make the fire signs feel like they're out of their element, which, I mean, come on, fire, water, I can see why, but this is what my guides are saying. Because they're telling me that it could be like kind of disarming to you. So you may feel a little wonky, wobbly, unsettled, not like your normal, usual selves. This new moon in Cancer could make some of the fire signs want to pick a fight with someone, or someone may want to pick a fight with you. And I especially see your significant other. If you're seriously coupled with someone, married or seriously coupled, you could pick a fight with them. They could pick a fight with you. So be careful of that, because you don't need that kind of drama in your life. This new moon in Cancer could make some of you fire signs actually more outgoing and talkative to people, which I find weird. Like, I'm kind of like, really? But that's what my guides say. So you may find over the next 2 weeks or up to 30 days that you're more chatty or having a lot more conversations with people. And, you know, Mercury, I think Mercury in retrograde is still going on the 14th. I'm not sure. I know it started on the 23rd of June, usually lasts 3 weeks. And Mercury is strongly associated with communication. So I don't know, maybe the Mercury in retrograde has something to do with it as well. This is a weird message, but I got to tell you what my guides say. I get picking fruit and eating ripened fruit. So you may go to like a farmer's market or uh, a farm, a farmer's market, a farm like in a town near where I live. They'll have that on Sundays where people go and the people are selling produce on the street. It's not something, they only do it in the summertime. So it could be an event like that, but I'm seeing a basket or a bag with fresh fruit in it, and you're going to eat that fruit, like even while you're shopping. Okay, so sorry to get off the track, but I can clearly see it. This is going to be a good time for the fire signs to bide their time and plan something that you're gearing up and getting ready to do. Maybe you're going to start a YouTube channel or a Rumble channel, or maybe you're gearing up to start a diet, exercise program, going to the gym, or you're gearing up for something that's like maybe you're going to do home renovations or gearing up to get your house ready to sell because you want to move. This new moon in Cancer can make some of the fire signs want to spot check things. If you're a business owner, you may be spot checking, what did this employee do? What did that employee do? Or how is the work that's being submitted, like spot checking it for errors. If you had somebody do any work around your home, painting, putting in new windows, replacing shingles on your roof or whatever, you may be going around and spot checking before they go off on their merry way. You may be like, wait a minute, I'm spot checking your work because I don't want to hear it that you don't have time to come back. So spot checking work comes up here. Like I said, it's probably for somebody you hired personally, or if you're a business owner or a boss or manager or a supervisor, you're spot checking your employees' work. This kind of came up for the water signs. You could find out that you or somebody in your life threw out something that they weren't supposed to throw out. So that could be a problem. So here are the three cautions. I don't know. I'm getting discombobulated by that whole farmer's market thing. It threw me off. Um, you got to be really careful you don't step on people's toes, especially like going over your boss's head or like stepping over the chain of command. You got to be careful of that. You have to be careful of your neck or under your collar. You could have an allergy to a detergent or some kind of soap or perfume, or you could get sunburn because I get a back of your neck going, especially the back of your neck getting some kind of rash or irritation. Some of you fire signs could really find yourself like in this big duality or duplicity, like you feel one way, but you feel the other way. You feel this way, but you feel that way. You may feel like you're kind of like, I'm seeing the Two of Pentacles card in my head, weighing your options, having to make a decision or a choice, but it comes up like you could be dithering about things. This, do I want that? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? So I hope those messages were of help to you. I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Some of you air signs may feel like you're being ignored. This could be out at a store. This could be within your family. It could be with friends or your significant other. And I feel like it's going to like annoy you. Not like you're going to be like, I'm glad they're ignoring me. I feel like in this particular case, you're not going to like it if you're being ignored. It could drive up, like this new moon in Cancer could drive up insecurities, feelings of insecurity in one or more areas of your life or about certain things in your life over the course of the next 2 weeks and up to 30 days. But the energy would be the strongest the day before, the day of, and the day after the new moon in Cancer. Some of you air signs are going to sign some kind of leasing agreement. It could be to lease a vacation home. It could be to lease a car, an RV. It could be to lease, any type of vehicle or, place. Maybe it's going to be leasing an apartment. You could be really intrigued by psychological thrillers over the course of the next 30 days. This could be movies. It could be written in books, or psychology, other people's psychology, or the study of psychology could be very interesting to you, but especially psychological thrillers. This could inspire some of you air signs to want to paint a picture, draw, paint, or if you're not artistic in that way, you may want to do it on a computer, like with graphics, if you don't want to hand draw something, but creating a picture with your own creativity with your hands, or using the computer or AI, getting AI to do it even. Can do anything now, right? It'll be a good time for the air signs to, my guys say, crunch the numbers. So if you have to do any kind of personal accounting or budgeting, or you have to do it at work, or if you're trying to crunch the numbers to see if you can afford to take that trip or buy a specific item, you may be crunching numbers. But I see like balance sheets and computer screens with dollar figures on it. This new moon in Cancer could increase the air sign's sensuality. So if you're in a relationship with someone, you may be putting off like a real sensual vibe that is going to be very attractive to your partner. If you're single, you could be putting out that kind of vibe. But you have to think about that, like increase your sensuality. That could also be like how you, if you put on makeup, how you fix your hair, what kind of clothes you're going to wear. It can be like literal, tangible ways, but it can also be the vibe you put out. So here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. You've got to be careful over the next 30 days. You do not make mountains out of molehills. You could get, be very exaggerating. You could get upset over things that really are maybe not as big of a deal as how you're going to react about it. Got to be careful of sweets. You could get like a sugar crash and burn. Sugar's really not good for you. I mean, I couldn't believe this book I found. I saw somebody talk about it on the internet years ago, and I bought it and I read some of it, but it's very thick. I don't know the name of it. I don't have it right here to tell you, but sugar is really, really bad for you. Like refined sugar. But I'm getting like something's not good about sweets with you. So don't overdo it. Even alcohol, like certain things convert to sugar. Like potatoes convert to sugar. Pasta, like starches and things like that, convert to sugar. Alcohol, sugar. But I'm hearing sweets So you got to be careful about sugar and sweets. It's not good for your organs, your internal organs, or your blood. It's also not good for people that have cancer. It can make cancer spread. I don't think it works well with estrogen. But I'm not a medical doctor. You have to look into all that yourself. But I am getting for the air signs, be careful of sweets or overdoing it with sweets. Some of you air signs are going to find out that you've either been friends with or dealing with, in some form or another, a pathological liar. And you may not have thought that at all. It could be somebody you thought was telling you the truth, or they were very sincere, and you're going to find out that they told you a lot of lies. So it could be, it could be kind of like a shocking blow to you, because I don't feel like you saw it coming, or if you suspected it, you pushed it aside and you didn't focus on it. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And thank you for your likes and hypes and subscribes. All that really means a lot, and it does help the channel grow, which I would love to see too, because I've been doing it for 12 years and I'd like to see more people, watch my videos and help keep me motivated to keep going here on YouTube. And if you are interested in getting any of the special video series I record on very specific topics, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides on those special and specific topics, you can get those videos on 3 platforms, currently 3. You can get them on my Patreon shop, which is free to join Patreon. You do not have to pay to join. And when you become a free member, you can go to my Patreon page and go to my shop and get the videos there. You can also get them on Gumroad, like chewing gum, Gumroad. That's new to me. I had to start that because the videos are still available on my Vimeo On-Demand videos, but Vimeo is ending the on-demand platform on November 20th, 2026. And the last day you can buy any of my Vimeo videos is September 21st. So any of the videos you want to see for future use, for future viewing, that you've bought on Vimeo, I recommend you download them to your computer. The download feature is enabled on my Vimeo videos. So if you think you want to go back to look at them again, because unfortunately Vimeo isn't going to house them anymore after they end their on-demand platform. They still have another platform called OTT, which is a subscription-based platform with different tiers, and it's going to cost more money, and I would have to raise the prices of the videos, and I don't feel like, I don't want to get involved with it or do that. So if you have any videos, I don't know. I think they should have still housed the videos, but they're not. So after November 20th, you're not going to be able to view them anymore on that platform because it will end. So I hope this new moon in Cancer brings you a lot of happiness and fun and joy into your life. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.